So recently in Japan news, the Nankai Trough Mega Earthquake and Mount Fuji eruptions have been pretty much in the news almost every other day. For those of you who don't know, the Nankai Trough is a very large fault system or tectonic plate meeting area towards the southern part of Japan. And they're expecting that within the next 30 years that plate's going to cause a mega quake. So I think a couple months ago there was a really big scare about it in Japan, so everybody was mass buying rice and other non-perishables. And of course, Mount Fuji is pretty iconic, but if you don't know what that is, it's one of the largest mountains in Japan and it is very close to Tokyo. Needless to say, either event would be very catastrophic to Japan because the impact would hit Tokyo pretty hard as well as a huge surrounding area. And I think most recently I read an article that said there's a trough or another fault system near Hokkaido that is also potentially a cause for a megaquake. But I'll leave that one on the back burner for now because I don't want to stress too much about an additional situation. But I bring this up because a lot of people ask us how often do we experience natural disasters in Japan? And being completely honest, I think I've experienced more natural disasters in Japan than I did my entirety living in Hawaii. But to be completely honest, I personally did not experience every single thing. It's just Japan in general has experienced a whole lot since we've been living here. In the time that we've lived here, which is about a little over 3 years now, we have heard or experienced typhoons, earthquakes, mini tsunamis, and I think just like torrential flooding. So far, we personally have experienced the torrential rains, a landslide, a typhoon passing but not really hitting us, and a few earthquakes. Not large enough to do any damage to our home, luckily, but we felt them. And honestly, while natural disasters are something that are very scary, because we did live through one, it's just something that you can't avoid anywhere, really. But I think it's something that you definitely can prepare for. So if you do plan on moving to Japan in any of one of the dense populated areas, or even the countryside actually, you should plan to have at least some food just in case something does happen. I've stressed this fact to one of our friends because she does live alone for the most part and I worry about her almost every day. So I told her to make sure that she has like a go bag in her car so that at least there's like food, clothes and stuff that she could use in the event of an emergency situation. And I think this comes as one of those situations where it's like you make a bad situation benefit you. With my brother and I living through a natural disaster like a landslide, we've realized that there are certain things that we should have prepared just in case. And honestly, something as simple as having a dry, clean pair of shoes in your car is something really amazing. Because when we had to leave our house, our shoes were soaked. But if natural disasters are the main reason that you're fearful to move here, then honestly, I think you have to reassess your determination to live in Japan because they are going to happen and there's really nothing that you can avoid, but you can be prepared, is what I'm saying. But I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these factors are things that I take into account when we're looking for our new place to move. And so far, the Saitama region seems to be the least affected for all of this stuff, so that's kind of where we're aiming for right now. And while I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist or, fan any flames of worry, I do think that everybody should, again, just prepare a little, have some food, batteries, that kind of stuff saved on the side in a plastic container so that it's waterproof. And either make copies or upload to some type of system copies of your important paperwork and files. I've done that and I now have our important documents in a little rolly bag that I can grab and just run. But what I'm getting at is don't let this control your life or really control the decisions you make. Just be vigilant and be aware of your surroundings and what to do in the event of an emergency. Because overall, Japan is still safe and it's not any more susceptible to anything natural disaster wise than any other place in the world. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, bye.